Well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad. It's easier to tell your kids character matters. It matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters. And it's easier for a whole lot of people. If you're Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happy to have babies snatched away or send dreamers back for no reason. This is vindication for a lot of people who have really suffered. The I can't breathe. That wasn't just George Floyd. That was a lot of people that felt that they couldn't breathe. Every day you're waking up and you're getting these tweets and you just don't know, and you're going to the store and people who have been afraid to show their racism are getting nastier and nastier to you, and you're worried about your kids and you're worried about your sister. And can she just go to Walmart and get back into her car without somebody saying something to her? And you spent so much of your life energy just trying to hold it together.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So it's all over. Biden wins. And not only is Biden winning, because it's still 290 votes in Biden's favor. So Trump, regardless of what he does, he can't win. But it's going to cause some repercussions to the rest of the world. Just a quick thing on Trump, though. 70 million people voted for Trump. And as I said, that's quite a disturbing thing when you consider that all those people know what he has done in terms of the kids in the cages, calling black people, coming from shithole countries, calling women nasty, and that's why all that march came out where these women said we're nasty women and all this stuff. They know he's a bigot, they know he's a racist, discrimination against women and the illegal pay-ups for Stormy Daniels' affair while his wife Melania was pregnant. All these different things, guys, and they still voted for him. So if you are somebody who values ethics and all of those different things, it doesn't say much about your character. And let's not call Trump supporters racist or whatever, because they can be various different things. But I'm just going to question your ethics. I'm just going to question the way how you would allow somebody to speak to people like that, disregard a whole race, ban Muslims from coming into their countries because, as far as he's concerned, Mexicans are rapists and drug dealers. If you're voting for somebody who's branded people like that, then you have to look at yourself. And that, for me, is where the big problem is. Because you have a whole heap of people who are basically saying, we don't care about how he talks about those people or how he devalues women, or we don't care. So you have an abundance, millions and millions of people who, quite frankly, don't care about you. And that in itself is a big problem. That is something that America has to fix. And you're not going to fix all of those problems, but that is the challenge that you are faced with. You're faced with these people who care nothing about values or ethics. The back end of it is Donald Trump has been and still is the most unpopular president in history, because he's the only president to have lost the popular vote twice. Both times he's run for office, he has lost the popular vote. Hillary Clinton had 2.6 million votes more than he did, and Joe Biden has over 4.5 million votes than Trump did. So you have this person who's run for office twice, and the majority of the country, of the voters and the electorate, don't want you. So that's another thing for Donald Trump to think about. And not really spending too much time talking about Trump, because the man's gone now. He's trying to put through all these court cases, which his own party don't believe. And mind you, most of his own party, Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, Lindsey Graham, they've already got their seats. They're done. Thank you very much, Mr. Trump, for helping me get re-elected. I'm fine now. sorry to hear about you losing the election. Maybe good luck next time. They don't care about him. All the people he has put in governor seats in the Senate, all the people he has put on the Supreme Court, they are set. They're happy. They're fine. The person who isn't fine, which is Donald Trump right now, doesn't seem like he's got much friends. But let's move on to the repercussions of where this becomes. The repercussions, remember, Joe Biden said, I appreciate the black vote. He said, black voters, I appreciate you. And he also said, black voters, I will never forget this. Yeah? You looked after me, now I'm going to look after you. So we just have to wait to see how that pans out and what these platinum deals. Remember, guys, 12 black businessmen, entrepreneurs, entertainers, and musicians sat with him around the table to talk about what they would do in a Biden presidency. And he told those people, look, give me your ideas, and in December, when it's official, when I know I've got the seat, then we can talk about how we can implement or look into some of your programs. Because remember, much like Ice Cube decided he wasn't going to be one of those 12. When they invited him at the table, he said, nah, if you're not ready to talk to me now, I'll go and talk to Trump. And nothing happened with the Trump situation. So you've got those 12 people that are going to sit down with Biden now and discuss how they can move forward for black people in America. And when you look at somebody like Ice Cube, Kamala Harris told him that many of his proposals was already being looked at with her ideas. So it may come to pass that some of these 12 entrepreneurs, businessmen, and sportsmen, it may come to a point that some of what they are looking for is already in Biden's plan. Because we know that there was talk of reparations, and I've talked about that before in one of my videos. And I said, look, reparations can be different, yeah? I'm not a big fan of a payout sum, yeah? Because that really hadn't worked for Native Indians. Native Indians get a tax break, and it's permanent. So I would like to see something like that moved to black people in America. So if you said to black people, instead of 24% tax, you now pay 10% tax. Something like that would be a life beneficial factor for all black people. And if you mount up the amount of money that we pay in taxes every month, every year, and for a lifetime, it adds up. And that's something that every black person would be able to benefit from. And let's be fair, not all black people were descendants of slaves in America. Yeah? Not all black people had come from those families that was indicative of that kind of treatment and abuse. So a way to make it work, which is what you did with Native Indians, is to give them a tax break. So there's different various things you can do. That's just my idea. Yeah, my idea would be able to benefit them financially for the rest of their lives. Therefore, allowing them to save thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds throughout their lifetime, hence being able to take on more projects like small businesses and various different ideas, because and that's another thing as well, that they can give them different various tax breaks with business loans, repayment loans, and things like that will allow you to get up on the ladder and seek an advantage that way. Those are the type of ideas that I would like to see put forward. But overall, what does a Biden presidency do for the UK? Now, we know that Trump has backed two of Boris Johnson's key policies, which means free trade deal. The other one was Brexit. But in regards to the economy and the UK, Biden was opposed to Brexit, so was Obama. They would have different priorities because Biden values the transatlantic relationship with Europe, and he hopes to rebuild ties with allies like France, Germany, and the UK. Remember, Trump has insulted and alienated those countries. What Biden would look to do is to build the bridges back to repair those issues. And, I would like to see him getting back involved with America, getting involved with NATO, heavily with G20, heavily with the World Health Organization as well. All these different things is something that America's kind of turned their back on. So I'd look to kind of see Biden kind of implement that as well. And remember, mending fences is going to take time for Biden to get that done. And also to get a new trade deal done with the UK. That's not on the table until at least 2022. After Trump shafted Theresa May and had the audacity to walk down the platform with her holding hands after screwing her on the trade deal, I hope that that's something that we can look forward to, kind of paper over a deal that would work for the UK. Overall, guys, it's really good news. It's great to see people partying, celebrating, dancing, and drinking champagne and all these different things in various cities. It wasn't just all the cities and states in America. People in the UK, Germany, for everybody was partying. I saw people in Africa, in Dubai, various places in Asia. Everybody was partying, because what it means is that the world was trying to come together as one. And Trump and Brexit sort of slammed the door on that. It sort of slammed the borders, built walls, and built blockades in terms of the West coming together with the rest of the world. And putting Biden in the seat goes a long way into repairing that. We still don't know what's happening with Brexit yet, because there's no deal done. As every day goes on, it looks pretty bad. But overall, I think that this is something the people in the UK want to reach out to and want to be a part of the world. And we just hope that it's something that we can still do. I don't know whether we can do things with passports, free visas, free trade. Those are the things that I don't think is going to happen. Because look, we were a part of the Billionaires Boys Club with the EU, and now we've distanced ourselves from them. We're no longer in the Billionaires Boys Club. We're no longer a part of the club. And countries are going to seek to take advantage of that. So France has already said that it's going to put visa charges for everybody who goes into visit their country. So instead of all this free movement, free trade and all this stuff, Britain are going to be made an example of. And we're going to have to pay for that. And as I've said before, Brexit is just a gift that keeps on giving. And we are going to have a lifetime of pain suffering from Brexit, where people had saw opportunity. We have only seen distortion. Yeah, and it's only going to get worse. So we have to wait to see what happens with that, because it's not looking good. But with Biden, I welcome a Biden presidency. I welcome decency. I welcome togetherness. And I welcome somebody who has empathy for everything in the world, the American people, and someone who trusts in the scientists when it comes to the coronavirus. Because I'm afraid I've got friends, family, and everything in the United States, and I don't like the fact that 100,000 people a day are getting infected. 100,000 people a day, guys. It's not the infections, it's what happens after that when they become sick and the death toll starts to come up and all these various different things. That needs to be dealt with. That needs to put a stop to what's going on, and the people voted with their right. So that's all from me at the moment, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Peace. Nice one. Right back at you.